I started making real money after I stopped chasing placements. And we're gonna be talking about how you guys can do it too, man. How you guys can do it too, and what's the mindset behind it all. Why you start making real money as a producer after you stop chasing placements, and why you need to stop chasing placements. That's really what's keeping a lot of producers broke. We're gonna talk about all that so you can be looking like my boy Floyd Mayweather out here. That way you can be looking like my boy Floyd Mayweather out here. This is really what be happening when you stop chasing placements. Alright though, now for real, let's talk about it though. So placement chasing versus business building. So why I stopped chasing placements and started making real money? Because placement chasing kept me broke, chat. Kept me broke, it kept me desperate, kept me creativity. Damn, what the fuck? Kept me creatively limited, yeah. So I'm about to show you the mindset shift that changed everything, you know what I'm saying? This ain't about giving up on placements, it's about not depending on them. You don't want to be dependent upon placements. I be having conversations with my partner about this shit too. Cause he be calling me about like different shit going on with like his journey, trying to come up in the producing industry and shit like that. And I be telling him, you don't ever want to rely on rappers. Don't ever want to rely on rappers. You're gonna get fucked up and fucked over relying on rappers. If you've been in the industry long enough, even if you're not even in this industry yet, but you know, like, you don't ever want to rely on rappers, because rappers is always gonna tell you, oh yeah, I got you Friday. Friday comes and they ain't never got you Friday. I mean, so that right there should show you should never rely off what rappers say. And there's a whole lot of other reasons why you don't want to rely on rappers. That's not what we're here for though, but that's one of the main reasons why you don't want to be placement chasing. You don't want to be relying on placements. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a video about don't get placements at all. Don't get placement. That's not what this is about. Placements is great tools, great source of income, even though it's here and there. Great source of networking and just building up credibility in the industry, but it's not something you want to be chasing though. The first reason placement chasing fails will probably hurt your feelings. But we gotta talk about it though, chat. We gotta talk about it though, because I care about y'all. I don't want y'all getting fucked up trying to get up in this industry. I don't want y'all getting fucked over, so let's talk about it. The placement chasing trap. So how it goes is you send beats, you wait, you get ignored, and then repeat. And I know this is probably the story of your life. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably went through this. You're probably going through this right now. And I feel you, trust and believe, I was there too. I was just there too about a year ago. So I know how that shit be. Constantly checking if they open my emails or my DMs. You know what I'm saying? And rappers is, like I was just saying, rappers is unreliable. Labels though. And when you get in the industry, labels is even more unreliable when it comes to payout. For me, you're gonna be doing like a whole lot of back and forth. For me, like labels is a lot more unreliable than rappers is. The energy of chasing means is that it's running away. You can't catch what's running. So if you're in the frame of chasing these placements, that means that shit is running away from you. You don't want to be putting yourself in that position. You don't want to be putting yourself even in that frame of mind. It's much better to attract placements. That's how you need to start reframing your mind. You want to be attracting placements, not chasing them, but attracting them. Realize I need to become undeniable instead of desperate. Chat, and I've said this in the earlier video too. I think this is one of my first free games, but I literally remember having a moment early on in my producing career, like around the time when I first started making beats. I was probably about like, I think this was February, I think, when I made this decision, which was like 4 or 5 months after I started producing. Told myself, and this is because I was doing so much placement chasing. I was DMing, reaching out, checking my email to see if they opened the emails. I was doing all that. For me, trust me, all the methods, I did all that. Remember, I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work so hard on my sound, so hard on making my beats so fire, to work so hard on me and my personal brand. I need to become undeniable to the point where they're gonna be the ones hitting me up. They're gonna be the ones reaching out to me. You know what I'm saying? I remember making that reframe in my mind, and that's where everything changed. That's when literally everything I wanted started coming towards me. So it's real and it works, chat. But the real problem with placement chasing goes deeper than just rejection. Why placement chasing keeps you broke. No control over timeline. Like I said, placements, when it comes to placements, even though it's a good source of income, because the price on a placement advance is generally higher. That should be here and there though. You could wait years for just one placement to come out. And bro, I got snippets of some shit that still ain't come out yet from a year plus ago. And if you placement chasing, all your eggs is in one basket. If placement doesn't happen, then you made $0. get you a placement, and then you get your advance, and then you get royalty money on the back end too. But that shit further down the line. You're not building a sustainable business. You're just hoping for lottery tickets, because that's really what placement is lottery tickets. Even if you get the placement, what's next? Then you back to chasing. That's how the placement chasing shit goes. Get your placement, and you right back chasing again. No recurring revenue, no relationships. I mean, sometimes you can't get a relationship off of placement, but the most important thing though is no business foundation. And that's what you need to be focusing on. You see, I got a pic here. If you know, you know. A lot of y'all niggas was like 5 years old when this shit happened, even though it was only like what, 2020. But it's the face of unemployment though. This is what happens. This is who you're gonna become if you keep on placement chasing. You're gonna be the face of unemployment. Do y'all niggas even know about this meme? I don't even know if y'all niggas know about that meme. Here's a mindset shift that changed everything for me. Kinda already spoke on it, but let's talk about it though. The business mindset shift. Stop thinking like a beat maker, just hoping for luck. Started thinking like a business owner, solving problems. I'm gonna say that one more time so it really gets through to you. It doesn't go in one ear and out the other. Started thinking like a business owner, solving problems. So instead of chasing artists, I made artists want to work with me. Again, remember this is the mindset reframe that you need to be making. Instead of chasing these artists, making artists want to work with me. And that's why I said I literally told myself I need to become undeniable so that they're gonna start coming to me. I mean, I build systems that generate money, whether I get the placements or not. I'm still getting some type of income coming in. So I'm not dependent, I'm not desperate, I'm not relying on placement money. That's the best position to be in. You don't want to be desperate for these placements. That shit gonna push that shit even further away from you. You want to be able to be sustainable even without the placements. And then when the placements do hit, it's like a nice little lottery ticket. So here's the first way I started building real business instead of just chasing dreams. Build relationships, not just beats. Relationships equals compound interest. And I'm gonna break it down for you like this. So focus on becoming valuable to artists' entire careers. So I became someone that artists trust and want to work with long term. I became that go-to guy. I always probably heard me say this a lot, just being that go-to guy. You want to be that go-to guy. Relationships compound over time. Beats are one-time transactions. Bro, because if you really got a real relationship with the artist, you locked in with them, they're gonna keep on coming back to you. I'm saying, rather than just one-off sales, you having somebody that you keep on working with, you keep on getting more and more shit done with, you know what I'm saying? So that's why relationships is much better than just getting a one-time transaction. Out being genuinely helpful, create opportunities you never could have chased. Feel me? Just being helpful, you get way more opportunities that way. Just being helpful, rather than just trying to chase shit and trying to just secure shit. Be helpful. And then you're gonna have opportunities just fall in your lap just by being helpful. The difference between transactional and relational approaches. Again, this just goes back to the thing about focusing on relationships. I'm saying, if you're just transactional minded, then you might be able to get the beat sale. You might, feel me? But then what happened to the relationship though? You wasn't focused on building no relationship with them. Cool, you got the beat sale. Then now they gone. Now they ain't got no more use for you. Saying, because you didn't build no relationship with them, so they don't feel the need to come back to you for some motion or nothing like that. You wasn't focusing on building a relationship. That's why building a relationship, for me, like having a more relational approach, way more profitable, way more fruitful for you in the long run. But that's the thing though, you gotta have that long run mindset though. Because if you short-term minded, then yeah, I want to sell right now. I need this $30 sale right now. But if you relationship long-term minded, you're gonna be like, I bet I don't need the beat sale right now because I know later on down the line I'm gonna make even more money. So I'm saying, just building this relationship right here. That's how you gotta think, man. But here's what happened when I stopped chasing and started building. The unexpected results, man. More money, better relationships, and creative freedom. So artists started reaching out to me instead of me chasing them. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy how that shit worked. When I stopped being desperate for placements, when I stopped chasing placements, they started coming to me. When I started focusing on me and what I got going on in my personal brand, and just becoming undeniable with my sound and what I'm doing and who I am as a producer and what I can provide, the type of value I provide, that's when they started reaching out to me. I didn't even have to go out and find them no more. They reaching out to me. that want to work with me. I got better placements because artists actually knew and they trusted me. They knew and they trusted me, just like I said, and that comes with building up your personal brand. Because niggas talking, niggas gonna recommend you. You don't even have to speak for yourself anymore when you have a personal brand. I've heard, I think Myron Golden, he says, brand is something that reminds you of a story. So a brand is bigger than you. Like you should have a brand in terms of like it reminds somebody of a story. Not necessarily a story. That's what Myron Golden says, a story. But in terms of like niggas want to be able to associate with you. Niggas want to be associated with you. So that's why it's so important to build up a brand, a personal brand that artists want to associate with. Creative freedom because I wasn't desperate for any opportunity. This is how I was able to unlock my sound and really develop my sound. Like I said, I'm more focused on me and creating value for me, and rather than chasing them, I'm focusing on myself and building up myself and developing my sound. Naturally, that will create way more creative freedom for you. That's really how you unlock your own sound out of it. And bro, because I wasn't desperate for any opportunity, so I'm just doing me. I wasn't trying to fall in line so that way I can secure a certain opportunity and nothing like that. Artists can sense desperation versus confidence in your approach. I'm telling you, they do not care if you're desperate for the placement. Bro, if you were hitting up an artist saying like, please hop in this beat, for one, they're gonna be repulsed. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be repulsed and they're gonna be way less likely to want to even work with you or definitely or to even hop on that beat. You know what I'm saying? Because you're desperate for that placement. And two, niggas don't care if you want that placement bad. If you desperate for it, niggas do not care. Like, bro, you gotta think from the artist perspective. They looking for beats that's best for them, that speak to them. You know what I'm saying? They could care less if you how bad you want it. That should don't do nothing for them besides repulse them. So you definitely don't want to be desperate, man. You gotta be confident in your approach. So let me give y'all a recap, man. So we talked about stop chasing placements and start building a business. Use your skills to help artists succeed, not just to get noticed. Placements will come naturally when you're valuable to artists. Remember that. And the placements come from relationships, not cold outreach. They can come from cold outreach, but that is not the most optimized way to go about it. If you want the most optimized, the best way to go about it, build relationships first. Be relationship minded, be relational. Business mindset creates creative freedom, not limitations, man. When you focus in more on yourself, that means you get to really unlock your creative side. You feel me? Because you're not tied down to, oh, I need to make this for this certain thing. You feel me? You get to really unlock your sound by being business minded, by focusing on your personal brand. That's why I call it a personal brand. You feel me? Trying to create a brand that niggas want to be associated with that reminds somebody of a story. So coming down business, if you're ready to stop chasing and start building, man. I'm telling you, this is a pivotal moment in my career, Chet. This was a very pivotal moment, and that's why I always say, because it changed everything. I told myself I need to stop chasing places. I need to stop hitting all these niggas up. I need to focus on myself, so that way I can become undeniable to the point where they start hitting me up. And Chat, when I tell you, the change is like night and day. Rappers are hitting me up. Producers are hitting me up. Like, I don't even have to go out and find them no more. They hitting me up. They coming to me. And that's because I worked on myself. I worked on my sound. I built up my personal brand. I became something that niggas want to be associated with. I became that go-to guy. So that's what you need to work on, and that's what you need to be focusing on if you really want to go further when it comes to being a producer in this industry, especially in 2025. So yeah, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'm going to catch you in the next vid, man. Jayco, appreciate you collecting. I'm going to see you soon.